been fighting in our family for over 200 years on high taxes, whether it's high property taxes, whether it's restrictions, whether it's too much spending. We're in it for that reason, and that reason alone, to take back our country. This year, it's a very crucial year, just as it was 2 years ago. We have some really good candidates, and the issues are still the same. The purpose of the Tea Party is one purpose, and that purpose is freedom. If we lose our freedom, we will lose everything. So it's very important that all of you get involved, stay involved, monitor your local cities and towns, see what they're doing, because when you're not watching, they will raise havoc. They will raise your property taxes. They will put in regulations. So attend meetings when you can, become involved when you can. And also at the state level, watch them. You can watch them by actually following a website called gencourt.newhampshire.us. That is the website to the state of New Hampshire, the legislature. And you can type in any bill or any word or phrase that shows and follow them to see what they're up to, what they're doing. And I know they have one crucial bill now, HB 1403, which is dealing with taking the Agenda 21 out of the school system, world governance, and returning it to the state of New Hampshire as well as to local control. It's a very important bill, and you should get involved in that one. It will be in the state Senate's hands, so you want to contact your state senator in your district, whatever district you're in. The other important thing is what Congress is up to, or rather what Congress hasn't been up to. They've been up to taking away our constitutional rights. As you know, they passed 3 crucial pieces of legislation: the protest bill, the Federal Building and Restriction Act, House Bill 347, which takes away your First Amendment rights. They've also passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which is known as House Bill 1540. Section 1021 was authored by our own Kelly Ayotte. That's right, and Mr. Ginta and Mr. Bass both voted for it, as well as Senator Shaheen. Yeah, I think we either ought to send them a message to stop voting that way or vote them out of office. Don't you think so? Yeah. Now, the other crucial piece of legislation was the extension of the Patriot Act. And our own New Hampshire delegation also voted for that. That would be Representative Ginta, Bass, Shaheen, and Ayotte. So either send them packing or tell them to vote otherwise. That's your choice. But we've got to get new people in there, new people that respect the Constitution. And I know we have a constitutional conservative that's running for the 2nd Congressional District, and that's Dennis Lemire. And he will uphold the Constitution. And that's the number one thing, because if we lose the Constitution, we lose everything, and nothing else matters. Taxation doesn't matter, spending doesn't matter, or the wars. If we adhere to that Constitution, everything will fall in place. That's so very important. Yeah. So we need to remember what the founders said on that flag up there. Don't tread on me. Well, don't tread on our lives. Don't tread on our happiness. Don't tread on our sacred honor. Don't tread on our future, on our fortunes or our future. And don't tread on the Constitution. Yeah. Hey. So when you go home, I have homework for you. You need to check in on your legislatures, your legislative representative, and see what they're up to or what they're not up to. Log on to www.gencourt.newhampshire.us and check out the bills. And also, to check to see what Congress is doing, log on to www.thomas.loc.gov, which is a website with the Library of Congress, and you can actually check on bills and see what they're doing. Email them And you can also now post on Facebook or tweet to them. Can you imagine what the founders would have done with Twitter? I mean, they would have had a field day with that. They would be out there tweeting right and left. And you need to sign up for an account and do the same thing. We have all these tools that we didn't have even 10 years ago to follow them, to hold them accountable. And that's our job, is to hold them accountable. They are our servants and we are the masters, as the founders had said. So keep that in mind when you leave here. You have to start small and get more and more people involved. You know, all of us local partiers, Tea Partiers, are an army of one. And if it weren't for the organization skills of Jane Aitken, none of us would probably be here today. Give her a round of applause for the excellent work that she does. Yeah, thank you, Jane. And also, if you need more information from me, you can email cindycool09@yahoo.com or cindyteatime at Twitter, and I'm also on Facebook at cindycool09. Thank you very much and have a wonderful afternoon. And don't forget to pay your taxes.
All right, Richard, you coming up here, all right? Our next speaker, actually before I announce him, something that keeps coming up in this discussion is the 10th Amendment. I would encourage you to contact the Republican candidates for governor and find out where they all stand on the 10th Amendment.
It's called
Do they believe in
the newspaper, QC News Media.
Do they believe in state sovereignty?
It's global, it's internet. We're New Hampshire's first global internet. This is being publicized right now. It just went across the whole world.
Oh, wow.
Very critical.
Fantastic.
Whatever, suitcases. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine that?
Amen.